Hello, and welcome to the ninth episode of The Practical PM, your friend, philosopher, and guide to product management. In this episode, we will continue the topic that we have been exploring in the previous two episodes, that of event analytics and how it can help us answer important analytics questions very easily and very quickly. Like in the previous two episodes, we will use Mixpanel for the demo. So, without any further delay, let me switch to Mixpanel. You would remember that in the previous two episodes, we had explored the insights report in the Mixpanel. Here you can plot different events. For example, we could plot complete purchase events, which could show us what are the number of orders placed on the system in different time periods. We could also see how many users had placed those orders by choosing unique here. We could see total per user, the average distribution, median, percentiles, etc. With just like a couple of clicks here. We could also count daily active, weekly active, or monthly active number of users based on any event that we thought was important to track as the user activity or which can uh, indicate that the user was active on the system, right? And then we could actually plot multiple events here if we wanted to compare between them. And finally, with the formulas, we could plot a relationship between these different events, right? So with that recap, we will move on to new things in this episode. There are features like filters and breakdowns to be explored here, but we will come back to these later. For now, we will move on to funnels report. Now, as I may have mentioned earlier, funnels is where event analytics shines because unlike SQL or even programmatic analysis, it is very, very simple here. And I will show you by drawing a very simple funnel here of just two steps. First steps is add to cart and second steps is complete purchase. You can actually add more events and draw a multi-stage funnel, the kind that we have seen being drawn in some of our earlier episodes. But for the demonstration purpose, I will stick to this two-step funnel. Okay, now one important thing before we see the result of this is this conversion window. Conversion window is essentially the time that you allow between the first and the last steps in any funnel. In this case, there are only two steps, so it is the time between add to cart and complete purchase. Now, the default here is 30 days, but this is not really meaningful because if somebody has added the product to the cart today and they come back after 30 days and then complete the purchase, that's really not a meaningful conversion for this funnel, right? Typically they would like order within next hour if they have to. If they ordered later, it was probably a totally different purchase altogether. So here I will change this to 1 hour so that the conversion time remains meaningful. Okay, now let us see what the result is. Here you will see that of all the people who did add to cart, 68% of them completed purchase within 1 hour of add to cart. Now that is not a bad number at all, but still you have this 32% drop off here, which you could treat as an opportunity and try to find out why are these people dropping and what can you do to make them order so that your number of orders goes up. Now to explore the features here, like insights, you can select over what period do you want to see the data. The default is last 30 days, but you can select any other period that you want. I will just increase it to 3 months for now. Okay, and over the period of 3 months, this is 68. Okay, it remains 68% approximately, so it is fairly stable. Uh, by default it has drawn funnel steps for us, but here also we can see different kinds of visualizations which will tell us different things about this conversion. I can draw funnel trends, which basically tells me the conversion aggregated over different periods of time. The funnel steps gave the average over the entire 3 month period, but here, as you can see, I can see week by week conversion. So on the higher side, we had 69.98% conversion in February 24th to March 1st week. On the lower side, we had 68.04% conversion in February 10th to February 16th week. And again, its week is not the only period. We could see it month by month, quarter by quarter. Over a smaller period, we will also be able to see it day by day, hour by hour, even minute by minute if your event frequency is sufficiently high. Okay, so we saw the funnel steps, which gives us the overall number, and funnel trends, which gives us the number over a period of time aggregated by day, week, month, quarter, or even hours and minutes. Okay, now I want to show another visualization here, which is very important, which is time to convert. So what this does is, of all the people who complete this funnel, right, that is who complete the purchase after adding the product to the cart within this conversion window 1 hour, it tells us what was the distribution of the time they took. Not everyone took 1 hour, right? So here is that distribution. By default, it has given me the interval size of 5 minutes, but I can change it here. Let's stick to this. So you see very few people convert within 5 minutes, more convert between 5 to 10 minutes. And then somewhere here is where you see the maximum frequency. So between 20 to 40 minutes is what people take after adding to the cart in actually placing the order. This kind of visualization can be very helpful in figuring out what is the typical pattern of behavior for your users, and also help you identify the opportunity if the time taken looks very high, right? For example, if you thought that really people should not take more than 15 minutes, if it is, for example, an e-commerce site which sells a single product, and it's not like people will explore a whole lot if they have to purchase, and you see this kind of time taken, it may mean that something is going wrong, that after adding to cart people are taking so long for checking out. Maybe you need to review your checkout process. So for these kind of analysis and understanding, this time to convert is a very, very good tool. Now, there is also an interesting use of this visualization, which we could have used in figuring out what is the time conversion window that we should have chosen. I chose 1 hour fairly randomly by using my intuition. But ideally, we want to choose a time window by when most people who should have completed the conversion have converted it. 30-day we understand is fairly big and it does not make sense. But should it be 1 hour? Should it be 2 hours? Should it be half an hour? How do we find that out? Time to convert visualization helps there. How? Let's see. Instead of 1 hour, I will start with 24 hours here, which is definitely more than enough, right? And we want to see how many people convert, what is the time within which most of the people convert. Okay, so now here you see we are still on time to convert visualization, and of all the people who convert within 24 hours, 95.2% convert within 0 to 2 hours. So 2 hours is a fairly good window. There is no point keeping it higher than this. If somebody has to convert, there is a very, very high probability that they will convert within this time period. But is it 2 hours? Is it 1 hour? I can change the interval here and see what the distribution is, right? So I will change this interval to 1 hour period. And you see, actually, most of them convert within 1 hour. So even though I had just randomly selected 1 hour, 1 hour does seem to be a good period. But what if most of them convert within 30 minutes itself? So let me again change the period here. And since it needs more intervals, I will increase that to 90. If you see here, 0 to 30 minutes is 41.23%, but another 53.03% convert within 30 minutes to 1 hour. So 30 minutes will not be a good period. 1 hour is indeed a good time period to understand whether people have converted or not, right? So that is your funnel. Now, I will again come back to this report also to explain the same filter and breakdown features here, but that will be in upcoming episodes. We will start with retention reports in the next episode and go further from there. This is all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Do tune into the next episodes as well.